Mr. Chairman. Director Burwell, thank you very much for being here and for very open and cooperative discussions that we've had leading up to this. I had a couple of questions for you. First is about Alzheimer's. We talked about this a little bit in my office. It's an estimated over 5 million Americans have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. My understanding is about 11% of all Americans over the age of 65. Something like a third, 33% of all Americans over the age of 85 have Alzheimer's. It seems that if you live long enough, chances are very, very high you're going to get Alzheimer's. It's 100% fatal. We have no cure. We have no meaningful treatment, really, even. And yet, in fiscal year 2013, only 1.7% of the NIH budget went to Alzheimer's research. Does that strike you as a proportionate to the challenges that Alzheimer's presents?
With regard to the budget in Alzheimer's, our overall plan on Alzheimer's, there were increases, but I think on the discretionary side, for anything to get increases in the current budget environment was a very difficult thing to do.
I'm talking about within the allocation that goes to NIH, the $30 billion that they get, they then control where that goes. That doesn't get appropriated by Congress specifically. Does 1.7% sound about right?
I think that the question of what is the right percentage is something that I actually, if I am confirmed, would want to spend time with Francis Collins on how they think about distribution. It's one of the issues you and I discussed, and I did follow up to try and find out exactly how it is done. And a lot of it is done based on history. And when one does something based on history and there are changes, one may need to re-examine.
Well, I appreciate that. I hope you will revisit that because the history has changed. Alzheimer's has become ever more serious and grave a threat.